Okay, so as I was saying in the previous video, you need to ensure that you do the layout of your page before you start to add the text. So this should be in place already, just like we have in the example that I showed you, right? So I believe you already got that. And then you centralize just like you have here, right? Okay, so this should be the first subsection. Okay, so this is industry analysis. There's nothing such as industrial analysis. It's industry analysis. Should be a subheading, so it's 14 points times New Roman, right? And already I told you that your lining space, your space lining should be 1.5 points. Sorry, should be 1.5 point. And how you do that is to, Control A and then go to the paragraph, the line spacing option here should not be, yours is on multiple, should be on 1.5 for all text, right? Your body of text should also be set for 12 points and should be Times New Roman. Okay, now I'm not going to talk about the actual reporting that you've done here, even though I'm tempted to, but I will just keep this video focused on the way you formatted. So I'm going to pretend like I didn't see the error in how you reported this information. So let's just move on. Okay, already I mentioned everything here everything in the report, every text in the report should be set to have the line spacing of 1.5 points, and the body of text should be 12 points also. Okay, so still on formatting, whenever you bring in a picture, a chart, whatever it is, you need to insert a caption to let us know what the to let us know where you got, to let us know the source of the chart, the visual. So this could be I got this from facebook.com/visual. Let's assume this was where I got it from. So I'll just increase this a bit. I won't like to bold in it. I'll just keep it that way, and then return the color to black. Delete the figure. It's going to be source, and you have it this way. So this is the way I want it. Okay. Then whenever you are referencing anything, you should use footnotes, not just paste the link after the text that you're trying to reference. So to do that, you need to go to the references tab, and then you click on insert footnotes, and then you Control V, just the way I've done. But you need to keep the text size to 6 points, so that it's not too visible. We wouldn't like the text size to be as big as your body of text. So let's move on. So you should do that for this link also. And already mentioned, all your subsections should be appropriately numbered, and your subsection should have size of a font size of 14 points. Okay, and then your body of text again should be 12 points. Okay, so what else do I need to address in terms of formatting? You should never use a bullet in you should never use a bullet behind a subsection. This is absolutely wrong. Okay, a bullet should only be used when you're listing points, just like you have here. Okay, you have a listing right under a category or under anything, but you have a listing and you don't want it scattered. You can use bullet points to ensure that it looks concise. They're together. You're not having. Let me give you a typical example. So this looks loose the way it is currently. Okay, so to tighten this a bit, I'll use bullets so that I can make this look concise. So anyone that comes to this part of the report will automatically see that by applications or whatever I have here, right, is under this subsection, or rather this category, this title here. Okay, but if it's just lying loose, you get confused, sort of. Okay, I'm not sure anymore as to what the creator of this report is trying to show me, right? So in one word, I'm simply saying you should categorize all of your listing this way using a bullet point, but you should never do that for a subsection. A subsection should stand by itself, and you should apply the necessary formatting guidelines. It should not be in all caps. Okay, you can either make it this way, or you just make the whole thing lowercase except for the first word. Whichever one you want works. Your body of text should never have anything in it bolded. Everything should be this way. Nothing should be bolded. Okay, then your source should never be done this way. I said we use footnotes and not in text referencing like you have here. What else? This is wrong. I already mentioned that. This does not have a number attached to it. This is wrong. This is wrong also, because the paragraph, the line spacing setting is obviously not 1.5, right? Should be this, right? Applies to everything, by the way. Then, this is a typical example of when to use a bullet. Now, you see that this is listing, a few points under weaknesses. So this is a good place to use a bullet so that it's clear to me that all of the points listed, everything in this, under this section or category right here, is everything under it is categorized into or categorized as a part of it. That is, I'm saying you have all of the points listed under weaknesses to be part of weaknesses versus this. Okay, someone could come and wrongly interpret this to be standing all by itself, right, and not be able to exactly associate this with this subheading that we have here. Okay, so the same thing goes for this. Now you should also ensure that you have a uniform style of presenting your information. Here you had this, and then you used this semicolon, and then you explained out what you were trying to the point you're trying to state here. But here, the style you've used is completely different. Why didn't you maintain the same style, right? Why didn't you maintain the same style? Which would be, by the way, this should be this way. You should never go with any of the other options here. The first, which is the normal style, the text style, is what you should stick to. So this should be this way, and then everything else that way. Okay, and then at the end of the day, you can just use the bullet, right? So I'll move on to the others. Okay, this is meant to have the number attached to it. Yeah, so that's about everything. You didn't complete the competitive analysis. If you were to complete this, it should be standing all by itself as a new section, right? And then obviously it should have the appropriate text size, text font, just like I've done now. Okay, and then you go ahead and do whatever you want to do. So that's about everything for the formatting. You can see there's nothing complex about it, right? So in the next video, I will show you I will talk extensively about the actual reporting, the data that you've presented in your report, what is right and what is not right. Okay, thank you very much for